Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CYCC. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then just makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these green line annotation is coming from there. So what I want to do here, though, because this is kind of tricky from a presentation standpoint. Why do I say it's tricky? Well, there's a whole lot of perspective that goes into it. Meaning, if you are a day trader and you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 3 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, then yeah, I get it. The price did pull back very severely today. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. And I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different strategy and outlook going into the trade. And the easiest way to just illustrate this, and actually before I get to that, let's just first do our initial update, which comes from a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So if the price does bounce at all early next week, first key level that the bulls are going to need to fight up above is $2. Yeah, up there at $2.25 is a level of resistance, but no point in talking any further about that until the bulls can at least first start to stabilize and then not only get above $2 but start to stay up above it. So $2 key hurdle, early next week. Now going back to the whole big picture perspective and why the bulls are still in full control. Just to illustrate this, let me throw up another line here. And this is a level of support to keep an eye on. And I would say this is a very important one next week at $1.85. Why is $1.85 so important? Well, not saying it'll head down there, but let's just say for example's sake that the price, does something like this where it rolls over a little bit and then heads around and behaves in that manner. What would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have a big old base of lows right here. You'd have this previous big old base of lows right there. And if you picture each one of these as stair steps, what do you have? Well, hey, now you have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move in the big picture is going to do. It's going to keep on making progress forward. Again, I fully realize, 100% realize, if you bought up here, you couldn't care less about this stair step down here. But that's why I try to kind of qualify everything and explain that I'm going to be making comments from a big picture perspective. So yeah, there was a nasty pullback today, but that's 1 day. When you look at multiple days, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher stair step, being at $1.85. So we'll see if they can get that job done or not next week. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.